not wanting to hear some of this information. I understand that. Another big topic that I've been on here for the last couple of weeks, of course, is the work of Mauro Biglino and the Naked Bible.
Yeah.
Um, we've had some issues in the last week or two, Penny, to say the least. And I still feel strongly about this. The more I do research, and I'm about 100 hours into it just in videos and interviews, let alone the 2 books now under my belt of this particular author and researcher. And to me, the more I look, there's more than more and more evidence to suggest that, again, there's been a big deception at play here. So I'm going to have this other conversation here on December 21st with Jay Widener. He's going to bring in some of his viewpoint on this also, and very fascinating how this ties into alchemy, which was originally alchemy. So anyways, it ties in again to the Elohim conversation. So this is now going to be on December 21st at 1 p.m. Eastern. Guys, please do join us for that one. It's going to be a Rumble only conversation. Benny, your thoughts on this? Where do you stand on all this stuff and this research? What do you want to share with the audience at this point? And again, I know it's difficult for a lot of people to hear, but the whole point is being able to bring different viewpoints, different points of views, different conversations, respecting as adults that we have different points of views, but trying to build a bigger picture of our understanding of this world. And perhaps, if we're lucky, extricate ourselves from the deception and from the matrix of control. At least that's what I'm trying to do here on the channel. Penny, what's your thought on all this?
Well, let me say first, loud and clear, thank you for bringing this up, because this is something, when Cliffy started talking about the Elohim, I thought, OMG. Oh, okay, maybe it's going to come out. And then, you and Janine picked it up, and then everybody was, talking about that. And from my point of view, this, when you have a full-blown Kundalini experience, some things that other people that you can't talk about. Other people are just not ready. And so I have been sitting on this kind of information for 44 years. And when you guys started talking about it, I started to cry. Was like, oh, thank you, Lord. Oh my God. Finally, the reality, if you don't get past all the religious dogma, we're not going to be able to expand consciousness and get into understanding the nature of reality. And if you don't understand the nature of reality, you can't really expand your consciousness or do anything with it, even if you do expand, because you'd be too caught in the old ideas and the old, hang on, let me calm down. So
I know you're agitated. I've been agitated also today. I think people may know what's going on, but I feel you, Penny, and I feel so strongly about it for the same reason as you. I'm just trying to get to the truth. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Right.
These researchers are wrong. That's okay, but let's have the conversation. I'm just tired as hell of the censorship, the blocking, the canceling the debate, deleting people for having different viewpoints, when all we've done is been respectful to everybody who has ever been on our show. It's very frustrating to me, but still, go on, Penny. I understand why you're...
And I would add that's behaving like a sixth grader. I mean, that's, well, I'm not talking to you. Well, come on, grow up.
Yeah. Good
God. It's, my attitude, this is from my mother. I'll pass it on. Grow up or shut up. So... Okay, now back to being nice. So I think there are so many points and so many pieces of reality that would make so much more sense, be so much more encouraging, so much more exciting, so much more realistic, and so accelerative in terms of our development as humans, if we could get past a lot of that dogma that is basically dog poop. It's not, it's stuff that is made up. And after I read the Bible the third time, cover to cover, and then I've read pieces and parts of it ever since. And then after I read the work of Anatoly Fomenko and a few others, I had some good friends that were Catholic nuns, and they saw through the BS in a hot second. They stayed with their order, because they had spent too many years in it, but they were actively trying to get people to go beyond the dogma and listen to the wisdom, etc. Anyway, the whole thing now is we're right there. We can walk through that door, and what we'll have is a better idea of how reality works, and all of the excitement and the wonder of the truth, which is far more powerful and far more exciting than the stuff that's in the Bible.
Well, very empowering, absolutely, and that's what I'm trying to get at. And
Yeah,
there were a few people suggesting today um, that somehow there was justification for blocking or stopping the debate. And I'm like, no,
yeah,
there's never justification for that. Many thousands, perhaps millions of people died.
I know.
We're still on YouTube here, so because of the products they probably took in the last 2-3 years,
Yeah,
and they might not have taken that product if the doctors and the nurses and the PhDs in virology had not been blocked, and if the politician had not said, "Hey, trust the science, but only our science. Don't talk to all of these other people."
yeah,
That's the exact route that got us into all of this trouble. So I hope
right.
that people who are on the other side of this debate can just okay, let's have a conversation again. We're just
Yeah,
adults and all of this. On that note, I'm going to have Max Egan. We were supposed to be on today. We had a little bit of confusion there, but he's okay, guys. Don't worry, everything's fine. He just reached out to me after the show. Something was off in our schedule, so we're going to be back here on December 22nd at 3 p.m. Eastern. This one again here, the war against humanity, as well as the return of the Elohim. So that's going to be another blockbuster of a show. Don't miss that one.